Hello, spiritual beings. Welcome to this channel. This is Goddess Naklaban Chronicles, and I do AI visuals, and I'm feisty, and I speak with confidence, and I get messages through dreams, signs, and wonders, and I have a lot of numerology experiences. So the message is today. This is random. Um, there's an update. So I do have a few more days to uh, execute this move, and I'm hoping everything goes in good and it's not in vain because I'm very vocal. So I'm hoping that um, I already explained the situation to the new property owner and what I'm going through, and I have all my documentation going forward to prove myself and my case because sometimes things can sour, and it seems like this gentleman has a lot of pull in this town because he has a lot of connections and got money. So I'll just look like this little poor welfare recipient dumbass that just wants to cause havoc in the white man life. So um, basically, uh, I'm really on this channel to get self sufficiency because I already explained to people that watch me, because there was a few that would come in like 4 to 8 to like 15 for 16, sometimes 18 viewers that will actually watch. So I don't know if it's people that's laughing at me. You can laugh, I don't really care. I can laugh too. I laugh every day, sometimes not from crying. If I do cry and I record, oh well. I really don't care what is funny to you because of the simple fact that it will come back to you. When you laugh at people, it come back to you. All right? So that's fine. Um, one instance, one instance is the simple fact that if 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 people were more professional, I waited from the time I got the first notice, which was March 19th. Um, I got a letter saying that it was an inspection for August 1st. I have all the letters. And it took the caseworker 28 days to send me the paperwork and then told me I had 3 days to move out the unit. But I was thinking that I had 3 days to fill out the documents before the information that I had to take to the new landlord. So I got heated, I was livid, you know what I mean? I got really stink because nobody understand the situation that's really at hand here. My daughter has a autoimmune, and so a lot of times she went to the shower and it did no justice because the shower had a corroded, rusted, leaky shower head, and it's still rust. And then they told me now I can't report rust. Okay, fine. Then I didn't say much because I what people like to say, I guess I'm a fire starter, I'm rebellious and all this kind of stuff, which in some fact it is because I don't just take what people got to tell me. I rather do research and see what's going on. So nobody's speaking of the fact that this lady was late. I called another caseworker and she told me I was supposed to get the paperwork 2 weeks, which made me lose a nice house because the gentleman was ready to let us get the house, but because of the unprofessionalism. But according to her, I'm a dummy. I misunderstand everything. I miscomprehend anything. So I didn't have a move out date because I never found a place to have a move out date. So how can I have a move out date and give the landlord, the land person, a date? that I'm gonna be moving, because that's, like I said, Russian roulette. You don't know what I don't know what's gonna happen. I still have application fee, and I still have to wait for the man to run my credit. So it's not like an instance I'm gonna get the place. So I was ready to go out in the desert because I've been already in the desert, and that's how I ended up getting this opportunity. So there's this saying I like that neural oh my god, I'm not even speaking properly because I'm so heated, bro. Like, it's not even making no sense. You know what I'm saying? And the simple fact that um I had to get livid or whatever, and I know it's not, really, nobody really cares though. Real talk, because the simple fact that is that you don't have to deal with what I gotta deal with. You didn't see what I had to see. I remember the first guy that came out before the new tenants. He was so disgusted by what was going on in the backyard. And I remember telling this lady, I remember when I was working at a shoe store, and I was telling the lady, and I was showing her, I had mad call offs. I had to keep calling off. Sometime it would be last minute, and then I had a disrespectful manager. She was younger than me. She was very nasty, very sarcastic, you know what I mean? Talking about, if I called off last minute and all this kind of stuff, subliminal messages. Anyway, if I knew that lady, I would ask her to like, not vouch for me, but just say yes or no, that I was going through so much when I first came. Mud was coming out of the tub, the vent where the water go, the drain. Mud was coming out the drain, like clay, brown clay, right? That's what I had to do with. Then I had to do with water all over the bathroom floor, water all over the bedroom floor. This was going on consistently, and I have the receipts for that. You know what I'm saying? So I had to deal with stinkness, like, because when water and it starts to get an algae, moldy, stink smell. This house has several smells that nobody will want to deal with, bro. The tenants in the back have a better situation than I do. I can't go out in the front yard to enjoy myself because what? I got people in passing, and then also that's going to be like kind of, it's very quiet and desolate. And so if I go out in the front yard, there's going to be noise, and then it's going to bring attention. So the only things that we were able to do is like bring out the splash pad. And there was like one neighbor one time gave the children some scooters and balloons and board games and stuff when we first moved. So that was very nice of that lady. I always wanted to give her something, but I didn't have nothing to give her. But after that, some situation happened with my daughter, and I ended up getting mad. So they probably think I'm a bitch at this point. Anyway, moving forward, I would never fake no lifestyle. I don't care if you think I'm ugly. I'm not trying to impress nobody. If I was worried about how I wouldn't come on this public platform. Whoever doing the beauty magic, the death magic, the confusion magic, whatever, whoever's the hater, bro, sis, it, dog, cat, whatever you are. You hate to see me, you hate whatever. I really don't care. I know every time I post, I feel a presence. I'm really good at reading energy. That's how I know that earlier, like when I was talking about the situation with this caseworker, I felt, excuse me, I'm still getting over this thing, as you can see, like it was a bad head cold. Anyway, I'm still getting over the simple fact that excuse me, and then I'm making it worse because I got on this hat with this cough. But I'm keeping my head covered because I don't notice like some marks, certain instances and stuff like that in my dreams. Dreams, signs, and wonders, yo. I'm telling you. Anyway, that's what I say to myself, because it's really a key component to spirituality, And I'm gonna get this probably might be a little lengthy, but not too long. It'll be less than an hour, whatever. But my whole thing of it is that I talk about being more spiritual and connected in my faith with the Lord because I've been in situations where I've met people. What? Come on, go wipe your nose. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Oh my. And I was saying that there's a lot of people that I know that's bona fide Christians. I know organizations and stuff like that touching people's children and all kind of stuff. I ain't gonna say no allegedly because I'm not saying nobody name or nothing. But we know what's going on. We know mostly a lot of these churches, these religion churches and all that stuff is doing all kind of fornication and all that. But because when people say they spiritual, oh my God, she's spiritual, watch out, oh my God. And it's always this kind of like negative things that come with spirituality. Like I was just watching a show the other day, and a lady didn't want to date somebody because she Christian, and the guy was spiritual, and she didn't understand. It's the same difference. We just don't walk under umbrella of patriarchy, because basically that's what's going on. It's like a bow down slave mentality that's going on in these organizations. So I don't look smart. That's one of the things. I miscomprehend. I don't have comprehension. I don't understand nothing. But missing the whole picture of what my focus is and my intent is to raise vibration. So what I'm noticing that is like a pattern. When people want to like raise awareness, they get attacked. And there's this one guy that I follow. My daughter introduced me, Young Pharaoh, and I watched his story and I'm listening to him, and all the things I see is like similar to with the confusion. Like they rather you stay in a slumber. They rather you keep the facade. They like when people live in ignorance. They like when people don't stick up for themselves. They like when people stay in that slavery mindset. And it's going to get worse because now we got all this fear mongering going on with taking the rights from the southern people. They trying to bring back slavery. You're not able to vote. Excuse me. I ain't gonna stay too long because I thought I was able to I'll be okay, but every time I start speaking on here, I notice that. Anyway, so the simple fact that this is going on, a person like me will always be received as feisty, I'm mean, I'm this and that. Listen, I'm not no mean. I'm just telling you the truth. And then when people come and do stupidness, I already know what the deal is. So I'm not going to sit there and play dumb and be all, oh, hi, just to get people to watch me. Because I know there's people out there that's real like me and would appreciate somebody with grit. And you know, if they want to call me a gutter snipe or whatever you want to say, I really don't care. All I know is that people have been playing in my energy for a long periodically time. I already noticed. I noticed because the proof is in the pudding. Also, I had a dream where my face was melting and it had a whole bunch of sores. Like, it was like a warning to me that I was like, I don't know if this is going to take place. And I'm like, why is my face melting? So I could tell that somebody is doing beauty magic, right? Whatever the problem is, it's just going to come back on you. And you're just going to make yourself either bald-headed, you're going to look like a turd, or you're just going to end up looking like a creature from the lagoon. And that's going to be your fault because you attacking somebody that you don't want them to shine, You're attacking somebody because you're jealous and envious for whatever reason. And then I'm also like being out with my business and saying what I'm going through. So how can I be trying to fake a lifestyle? Who faking what? Then I got my heart broken because I did see my daughter again, and then she came with a friend. And you know when people say stuff to other people and they kind of telling themselves, and she started feeling guilty, and she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna call before I come next time," and then she's like, "Oh, I don't think we should move together because we don't get along and all this stuff." So I had said one thing, and then she told on herself, which I know she's telling people bad things about me. And then when the young lady met me, she already had a preconceived notion. So I was talking about the situation I'm going through, because she was like, "Mommy, did you find a house?" And I said, "No, I'm still going through these inspections. I have a whole bunch of letter inspections." That's another thing. The caseworker is like, "What? I don't know anything about that, but yes, so you work for that department. So you don't know they've been sending me a whole bunch of letters, and that this man gave me an eviction notice and all this kind of stuff." But anyway, that's just, it's like redundant at this point. But anyway, I'm on here basically to get self-sufficiency. If it don't work, I'm going to try something else. So it's not like you're going to get rid of me. If my spirituality doesn't hit the numbers that I would get to join the incentive program, I would try something else. I'm not going to say what I'm going to try, but I'm going to try something else. Because I'm not going to give up on myself, regardless how people want me to fail. And they want me to give up on myself, and they want me to feel depressive. They want me to cry. They like when I cry because that's when I get more views on the video, when I look a fool and I'm ashy and my lips is crusty and all of that. So they like that, Diane. When I come on here decent or whatever, like I have some spiritual affirmations, nobody watched it because, you know, I'm decent. I look nice in the thing. I guess I'm fronting, acting like I got it. When I'm on here talking about everything, trying to, bear my myself and be, real. I guess I'm not supposed to be real. So anyway, I've noticed that whatever or whoever is keep on trying to throw shade, God bless you. I really hope in your life that somebody could give you a hug and you could just leave me alone, or you could move forward. Or if it's a gentleman, I think he's getting another chance. And from the last two that I dealt with, they were so ugly in their soul that I would never. He could be the last man on earth. I would never. Please believe that. I do not want nobody. Okay? I'm so focused on my family and myself that I do not need no man taking my essence. I don't desire no relationship. The people that I'm seeing in relationships, I even be in the supermarket and people arguing at this. I'm like, I don't need that. I don't want that energy. I don't need it. And I don't need no friend with benefits. I don't want none of it. I'm so disgusted and scorned from the last gentleman that I was with that I really don't even want to be intimate with another man. I don't care how nice, sweet, if he is ascending from the clouds and God is saying, "Yes, my child, this is the man you will marry." Yeah, I don't care. I don't want it. The simple fact is that I feel like maybe I'm asexual. Like I can go out to eat and probably, or have coffee in a public setting, because I would never go to no man's house ever again. That's out. This is a dead issue. I ain't no Netflix and chill over here. I'm too grown for that anyway. And I don't need no boyfriend. If I was to get involved, I would need a husband. So that's out. That's definitely out. Second of all, or probably third, fourth, fifth, and all, I don't care for the male gaze. So if I come on here and I'm looking chopped and screwed, that's my business. You know what I mean? If I got a bald spot, I already said I had alopecia. And these indentations came from getting waxed with expired wax. And then it started causing all kinds of things, and then the hair started falling away, and then the indentation started coming, and I got burned because it fell. So it's like, over time I'm getting old, and it started some scar. No, I wouldn't be able to sue because I was in Brooklyn, and at a lot of those nail shops that do stuff in the back or whatever, you don't get a receipt or nothing like that. I use a card. I paid cash, so it's my word over hers. And you know how they do us. You know what I'm saying? You know how they do black women. Come on now, this was back in the day, bro. So ain't nobody was gonna believe that this lady used dirty wax for me and she got a whole bunch of clients in and out of there. Nobody don't care about that, bro. But then also too, I have mad people throwing obia, black magic, all kind of things on me at that time. You know what I'm saying? People leaving stuff, people coming, it's a lot. But anyway, nobody really cares about my personal story, so I'm gonna just done that. You know what I mean? I'm gonna dead that. I'm gonna stop talking about stuff, and I'm gonna find foolishness to talk about, because it seems like that's what people like. And not to say that you gotta like my story, or people not fucking with me like that, or whatever. I really don't care in business, but see, you businessing my business so bad that the ricochet and the echoes is coming right back from source, and you will be revealed, because that's how the Lord works. What stay in the dark comes to light. So at the end of the day, just like I knew my sperm donor chick was doing stuff, whatever, I know her sister did stuff. They used to always separate me from, like, if they was going places, they would send me with this lady. They would send me off with somebody else while they went out and stuff like that. So I already knew the cards I was dealt in my life. I already knew, because there's a lot of stuff going on that I couldn't explain. And now that I'm older, I kind of put the pieces to the puzzle, and I realized what's been happening in my life. So I figured that this would be great for me, because I tried it before and I have old videos and stuff, and I must end up deleting it because it don't make no sense. Like, I see other people come on here and cry and they got 21,000 views. And I'm not trying to say I'm them, but I realize that I have a cloak, or this kind of invisibility, or the negativity that they're throwing on my spirit, and it's like a shadow that's been carrying me, because there's times when I talk to people, and let me tell you something, they automatically just want to fight me. Like, it's just an instant. I could be like, so I know it's something about me or that's on me, and I've seen much worse people have followers, but I know also too, you can buy and promote and boost your videos and stuff like that. And I don't have the money to do that. So since you want to talk about how I don't have a following and all that stuff, and also too, there's people that have been on here for years and they following, now it's getting big because they've been working hard, they put in the work, and now they're getting the rewards for it. So that's what I was trying to do. But since you so bent on trying to sabotage me and trying to throw salt on my name, or whatever you're trying to do to hate me, or whatever, or convince yourself I'm a bad person. Like, I used to see random stuff where, like, all of a sudden I would see people looking for comments and stuff like that. Like, you're looking to see if I'm making negative comments. You're looking to see if I have a record. You looking, you investigate it. What are you finding? I want to know. Because I already said that I had a record, and I've been trying to get a job. I even have this place I contacted through, because I had, let me tell you this, this is like a side note. I made a stupid decision. I went to pick up my daughter because she had a medical emergency, and she was like, "Mommy, I need help." and she had to go to the emergency room. And I was driving without insurance, and I got pulled over. I was driving my daughter's truck, and that's another thing. Is that because I made a video with me in the truck, and I made an Instagram video? Is that what you're talking about? I'm trying to fake my lifestyle. What? Anyway, so I got pulled over, and they were like, okay, somebody got to come and get the vehicle, whatever, because I said it's not in my name, it's not my vehicle. And the officer was like, okay, we're not going to arrest you, but I had a ticket, and the ticket was like $749. And I was like, ain't no way I could pay this ticket. So what I did was I did the work program where you work to get your hours off. And even that was something else, because those people, anyway, I did my work or whatever. And I remember they said that when you do the work program, you have to pay $45 to get the credit for doing the work program. So it's not valid until you pay them, and then they clear it off your record. So I just have this bad luck, and then I guess making a bad decision, getting behind the wheel. But I was trying to save my daughter. And a lot of times I'm trying to save my daughters or helping them, and I end up fucking myself. There's proof in the pudding for that as well. I'm not mad at it because, I shouldn't have one behind the wheel. So I'm like, you did that to yourself. So I always take accountability. I don't sit here and pretend like, you know what I mean, I'm this illmatic force of nature. And you know what I mean, I'm perfect. And you know what I'm saying, I'm going to get all these numbers. And everything going to be Gucci. And I'm going to have this big following. I'm about to make money. And I think I'm a millionaire. And I think I'm famous. I think I'm going to go viral. All that, right? I know some people just don't like my motivation. They hate me for my ambition, my determination, my perseverance. Anytime I'm at a place, there's always a man challenging me. I've done nice things for people. I remember this one place I was working at, and I let my daughter braid this dude hair for free. He said he didn't have the money. I know he just started a job. And he said he was going to pay me back. Do you know dude never paid me back? And I had the nerve to think he was going to set me up to go meet him at the complex. Like I'm a dumbass. Like that's what they do out here. They will set you up and rob you and shit. I've been robbed twice. So I'm not about to fall for the woo-woo. And people always think I got something because I know how to dress, bro. It's just because I know how to dress. I'm coming from the fashionable capital of the world. Like everybody know how New York do. You could get fits for under like $20 and you look like you came from Milan or you walking off the runway, bro. Like that's what it is. If you know how to shop and you go to the right places, like you go to the Village, especially in Manhattan, you go to the Village, they got Petit Patin. I don't know if they still have that. That's like a badass shoe store. You know what I'm saying? You go to Soho, you know what I mean? You get some fits. You go to Canal, you could get what you call it, knockoffs like Fendi. You know what I'm saying? Back then, at the time, what's popping was like Iceberg and Coogee. It was like Versace perfume, cologne, like whatever you name it. They have belts, purses, you know what I'm saying, Louis, all that stuff that you could get for mad cheap. You know what I'm saying? And it look like the real stuff. You know what I mean? Them Asians know what they doing up in Chinatown. Anyway, the fact of the matter is that you watching me that much about I'm faking and I'm trying to do something. I'm acting like I'm this and I'm that. Yo, that's how you feel, yo. That's in your heart. You must feel some type of way. You could do the same thing. You could look cute for cheap. If you got an eye. This stuff that I buy at Ross and Didi's discount store, and they got a couple of stores out here. I think it's City Trends. Excuse me. City Trends. They be having some fly stuff. You can get fitteds. track suits, mad nice sneakers, all that for dirt cheap, and you can still look fly for cheap and still pay your bills and your rent and still survive and still eat something more than ramen noodles. If you know what you're doing, you just gotta be smart. But you over here worrying about my business. You worrying about me fronting. Fronting to who? Fronting for who? Who would I be fronting for? It's just that people just don't like me, bro. And a lot of times I notice that when I'm speaking, people don't like me. I'm a strong, assertive person. You know what I'm saying? I remember I was at this educational program out here, and they want you to be puppets and shit. And they had this white chick that was like head of the classroom or whatever. And I remember going to this place called Dress for Success. This is just a story of me talking about how people be trying to embarrass you, yo, and they try to make you feel small. So I have tried on this dress, and I liked the dress. So when I showed up, we had this event, and it's like a mock interview for this company that was hiring people for call center. Because I have this certificate like for customer service and stuff or whatever, and applications when it comes to like Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, spreadsheet, all that kind of stuff, or like the whole Microsoft Office, and things of that nature, right? So I have passed, and I got a certificate, and I got a certificate of completion. So I've always tried that, but I had got an opportunity to work with Barclays, and some things happened, and then I guess afterwards they were like, okay, we're not gonna hire you. So I thought everything was going good, but whatever. And I always have people doubting me how I remember one lady too that I was working at Mandalay Bay. She was like, oh, you got a lie spot, and she was pointing to something. So I don't know what she was trying to say, but I guess that's me because my big mouth. I'm always taking face value and thinking people care, and I'm always like talking like if people really care about my business. I don't, maybe I need a shut up spell. Maybe you could work on that, whoever's sending the black magic. So I just feel like a lot of the times that, I just be looking to have conversation just to relate to somebody. But I realize that when I do that, I do a disservice to myself because a lot of people just always think I'm telling stories. And I remember a Dominican girl was talking about how I'm a liar, and if I was like them, I would have told their story too. But it's not about gossiping. It's just how people always perceive me to be a liar. And, there's this one story too with my daughter when she was born as well. And my uncle was telling people that he know people at the hospital and all this kind of stuff. I still want the proof for that. I still want the proof that and then the boy's mother that made me pregnant says she knew the chief. So give me these people's names so I can know to go back to Brookdale Hospital and go ahead and get some money for defamation of character and all this kind of stuff. Because I would love to learn the names that they went and disclosed to you or whatever. So come forward. Why don't you come in the comments whenever you see the video? And everybody that's watching, I'm pretty sure there's a few people that might know me or don't know me, but whoever you know, let them come forward. You know what I'm saying? That lying man. Anyway, and that lying woman. God bless you if you're still alive. You know what I'm saying? Because you never liked me neither. She gave me two pieces of coins after she gave me a 50 cents piece, boy. Like I was Judah. When Judah betrayed Jesus. She gave me 2 coins. That was my present for having your grandchild. Right? Then I had another couple. They're not together no more, but they had 3 girls. And then they had came to the hospital. I had shut off a lot, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know how God created me. And sometimes I just don't acknowledge certain things that happen to me, bro. And I move on. I move forward because I can't sit there and dwell, And then I had remember, And there's a lot of stuff happened to me, man. But I'm not here to say, because I know there's a lot of other people in this world has stuff happen to them. And I'm not trying to take that away from nobody and trying to make myself special or trying to make my situation more special than what it is, right? I know people always just gotta come and try to deflect. Like today when I was talking to that lady, she just thought I was a dumbass. So I just let my daughter talk to her because I said, maybe it's me. Because I could have said, why it took you 28 days to send me the move packet. Right? I could have been out of here and I wouldn't have had to deal with the disrespect. So I guess the man is mad he gave me a bathroom floor and I'm not staying here. So if I was staying, I probably would have, and I didn't complain, I would have never got a bathroom floor. I would never got a bathroom floor. I would have to still been fighting, sitting in here with a rocking toilet and the mics coming from the hole of the toilet stall. Yeah. So it ain't about no following. Because if it don't work out and I see it don't work out for a certain amount of time, because I just started, this channel. The other channel that I deleted, and it still got like 107 people still sitting there. I don't know why y'all there, because I'm not coming back to that channel. I left this stuff up as a message because I know I had watchers. I know I have monitoring spirits. I know I have a lot of eyeballs on me. I know I have a lot of people that can't stand me. And I know I have a lot of people that's waiting for me to crash out. I have a lot of people that want me to be in depression. I have a lot of people that want me to commit suicide. I have a lot of people that want me to go crazy and probably hurt someone else. I know a lot of people want me to go to jail. I know a lot of people trying to set me up. 10 things on my spirit. Get confirmation. Confirmation. Yep. I know. So, I don't drive. So, if you think you're going to try to set me up that way, I don't drive. I'm not driving. I've been in too many car accidents and near-death experiences. I have no desire to drive. I'd rather hop on the dirty bus and smell people and be next and sit on a dirty chair that got urine and fecal matter particles. I'd rather do that than to drive and then have somebody try to set me up. So I like to stay to myself. I truly, truly do. It might be a detriment to my health. It might be even something where, people will feel like, oh, you got to live your life. I think I live my life. I come from Brooklyn, New York. I've been to many carnivals, dance halls, many bashments, many, I've met a lot of celebrities. I even when I was 16 years old working for a very well-known law firm. I was working for Skadden Arps. I was 16 years old on Broadway Street. I worked for JP Morgan Chase before they merged with before they merged with who's it? JP Morgan Chase merged with another bank. Anyhow, I can't recall. But I've lived a lot of places, and I've had many opportunities. I've been a young mom. I had my first I was 19 going on 20, so when I gave birth to her, I was 19. And then I had my birthday, I was 20. And she was about a month old. So I had my, and I started my family early. I thought I had a nice gentleman, but, whatever it is. And I can't be mad because I made that decision. And, also I feel like I was forced into it because everybody was like, oh, he's a nice guy. He's bringing you food and he's talking to my mom. He's giving her money and all this kind of stuff. So it's like, and that's another story I have to say about that. Oh, my AirPod. Whoa. So, I'm going to hurry up and end the video soon, but I know what's going on. I don't have no control of it, of course, because I do not practice, nor would I be doing no return to sender spells. I don't really care. I feel like if it's my fate, it's my fate. And I feel like if you big and bad and you feel like your spell's going to take me out, keep doing it. Keep doing what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? And it's not to say that I'm trying to tolerate, getting the spiritual attacks. It's just a simple fact that you've been doing, I'm still here. So obviously I'm here for a reason, right? So, you could continue doing what you're doing. And I'm just going to keep on burning my sage. I'm going to keep burning my hex breakers. Excuse me. And I'm going to just continue doing me, because at the end of the day, all I have is effort. And I'm going to continue with my effort. I'm going to continue believing, if it's delusional to you or whatever, I'm going to keep going. So it doesn't matter, if that's what you want to say about me, that's fine. If y'all have watch parties, or that's fine. If you laugh about, or whatever, I don't care. Whatever you on my channel for, or whatever you subscribe for, I hope it entertains you. I hope that the people that watch me, if it's you're studying me, you're trying to figure me out, whatever you're doing, I just want to say God bless you. God bless the subscribers on the channel. I am trying to gain self-sufficiency. Why I haven't been able to get employment, I don't know. Maybe some employers put stuff on my record. I've had a bad rapport, and I've had a barrier to my employment due to the fact that I said with my daughter's situation. So a lot of jobs don't want to hire me. I don't know what's on my record. Maybe they're like, oh, she's absenteeism, she's tardy, and she doesn't show up. I don't know. Maybe somebody did make a strike against my employment record. I remember trying to go backwards to a company I was at, and they told me to try back in 3 months. I would not. I shouldn't have even reapplied anyway. And I should have known from the first time I went, and they said, oh, we got to find out if you're rehireable. I should have known from there, but I still kept trying. So, I'm not going to make myself a skeptical, because I still have this thing that I got to expunge off my record, because it's a gross misdemeanor, because my daughter said I cut her with the knife. I know lacerations are open wounds, not a scratch. And if I used a knife, you would have been cut. You would have had a scar, not a scratch. But anyway, the officer believes her. And I saw the gentleman. He felt bad, but she had a vendetta, because, most of non-black women can't stand black women, especially my skin tone, I'm not light-skinned, I'm not mulatto, I'm not Kali, I'm not Indian, so I get the shit talk, the mush in the head, and shut up black bitch, and all that stuff. I get all of that every time I deal with an authority figure or something. I get manhandled really roughly. It's been following me for many, many years. Even black officers, because my baby father is nice looking, and they were like, yeah, I believe him. Oh, you fine. It was, yo, bro. On Bainbridge Street in Bedford-Stuyvesant, this man threw me down those stairs. If you know a brownstone, them stairs is long. And they saw me, and I had on a nightgown. I was bruised, and they said how they know it was me. That's why he hit me. Then they let him off, because he was fine. Wow. But anyway, it's 44 minutes, and like I said, I'm going to talk a lot, and I'm long-winded, so, but anyway, I'm going to just end it at that, because I could keep going, and I'm not going to keep on going, because it don't matter. People gonna misconstrue and they're gonna have their own thoughts, and you can't control that how people think about you. But at the end of the day, I gotta live with me. I know how I look every day when I look in the mirror. So I know I go up and down in weight. I can get slim, I can get fat, I can get overweight, I can get obese. It all depends on my situation because I'm an emotional eater. So when I do feel sad, I have to make something to make myself feel good. Or I do my nails or something. Like I got this free gift when I order something, some flower nails, and I just buy like $2 glue. A lot, and even the nails I had on before with the rhinestones. My daughter, she bought some rhinestones and she hooked me up or whatever. But I was allergic to the LED, so I had to take them off because they were itching. So I could only use like regular gel glue or regular uh, nail glue from the drugstore, or like, a regular store, whatever, beauty supply store. But anyway, let me go ahead and end it. I just wanted to say that I understand and I realize that I'm just not a person that is liked. Is like I'm an acquired taste type female, and I'm strong, so I'm not the type to give in to a male. I'm not gonna have somebody control me. That's just not my style anymore. I've been there. I try to be submissive, and I was submissive to the wrong type of man. And I'm paying for it because, that's what it is. So, but anyway, that's all, guys. That's it. That's all. I'll see y'all at another time. I'll probably just talk more about my dreams because I don't take nothing serious. So why should I do any affirmation messages? And also, I remember when I made the TikTok and I was like, I am strong, I am worthy, I am enough. My grandson passed by me and he tickled my foot. So I smiled when I had the card. So I'm thinking that's when people are like, oh, you're not taking things seriously. So I can't smile when I'm saying a message neither. I can't do shit right, ain't it? Peace, love, light, abundance to the family. That's it. That's all.